On the edge of a quiet village stood an old clock tower that had not chimed in over 20 years. People passed it every day without looking up. Children called it broken. Adults said it had outlived its purpose. Only one old clockmaker still visited the tower every morning. He would climb the long staircase, wipe away the dust, tighten a few gears, and leave without saying a word. Everyone thought he was wasting his time. One afternoon, a curious teenager stopped him. "Why do you keep fixing a clock that doesn't even work?" The old man smiled. "It does work." The boy looked confused. "But it never rings." The clockmaker gently placed his hand on one of the giant gears. "This gear moves." He pointed to another. "So does this one." Then another. "And this." "The problem isn't that the clock is broken. It's that one tiny spring deep inside stopped moving years ago." The boy frowned. "So all of this," he pointed at the enormous clock, "depends on one little spring?" The old man nodded. The biggest things in life often depend on the smallest habits. The words stayed with the boy. That evening, he looked at his own life. He dreamed of becoming successful, but he always postponed reading until tomorrow. He delayed exercising. He delayed learning. He delayed chasing his dreams. Every day he promised, "I'll start next week." Weeks became months. Months became years. One morning, he returned to the old clock tower. "I think my spring is broken too," he admitted. The old clockmaker smiled. "No." He handed the boy a tiny screwdriver. "Your spring isn't broken. You've simply stopped winding it." The boy didn't fully understand. The old man continued. "Success isn't built in one giant moment. It's built every day." One page read, "One workout completed. One skill improved. One promise kept. Every small action winds the spring. Ignore those actions long enough, and your life slowly stops moving." The next morning, the boy made one simple promise. He wouldn't try to change his entire life overnight. He would simply become 1% better than yesterday. One chapter, one walk, 1 hour of learning, one act of courage. Some days he felt motivated. Some days he didn't. But he kept winding the spring. Months passed. His confidence grew. His knowledge expanded. Opportunities began appearing where he once saw obstacles. Years later, he built a successful business that employed hundreds of people. Journalists often asked, "What was the turning point in your life?" They expected him to mention money, luck, a mentor, a breakthrough opportunity. Instead, he smiled and answered, "It was an old clock that never rang." People laughed, thinking it was a joke. But he knew the truth. The clock had changed his life, not because it made noise, but because it taught him that greatness is never created by one extraordinary decision. It is created by thousands of ordinary decisions repeated every single day. Remember this: your future is not changed by what you do once. It is changed by what you choose to do consistently. Today may seem ordinary, but today's small actions are quietly building tomorrow's extraordinary life. One habit, one choice, one day at a time. That is the story that can change your life.